Get the life you want. Discover your passion and purpose in life, work, and career. If there were no limits on your life, where would you live? What would you be doing in your leisure time? What kind of work would you be engaged in? What would your home and surroundings look like? As you look at the reality of your life, ask yourself 2 questions. First, are you creating the life you want? Second, if not, why not? In general, the nice guys with whom I have worked have been intelligent, industrious, and competent individuals. While most are at least moderately successful, the majority have not lived up to their full abilities or potential. Nor have they created the kind of life they really desire. Since nice guys spend so much time seeking approval, hiding their flaws, playing it safe, and doing the opposite of what works, it makes sense that they would typically fall short of being all they can be. This is perhaps the greatest tragedy wrought by the nice guy syndrome, countless intelligent and talented men wasting their lives and wallowing in the mire of mediocrity. Nice guys on the job. Most nice guys initially come to counseling to deal with the way their life paradigm is affecting their intimate relationships. These relationship problems often overshadow the reality that they are equally dissatisfied with their job, career, or life direction in general. The dynamics that keep nice guys stuck in dysfunctional, unsatisfying relationships are often the same dynamics that keep them stuck in dysfunctional and unsatisfying vocations. There are numerous reasons why nice guys tend to be less than they can be in life, work, and career. These include fear, trying to do it right, trying to do everything themselves, self-sabotage, a distorted self-image, deprivation thinking, staying stuck in familiar but dysfunctional systems. Fear prevents nice guys from getting the life they want. If I were to identify one common factor at the core of every problem experienced by nice guys, it would be fear. Pretty much everything nice guys do or don't do is governed by fear. Their thoughts are funneled through fear-encrusted neurons in their brains. Their interactions are dictated by the politics of fear. It is fear that prevents a nice guy from demanding the raise he has been promised. It is fear that keeps a nice guy from going back to school to get the education or training he needs to pursue a truly fulfilling career. It is fear that prevents a nice guy from quitting a job he despises. It is fear that gets in the way of a nice guy starting the business of his dreams. It is fear that prevents a nice guy from living where he really wants to live and doing what he really wants to do. Nice guys are afraid of making a mistake, afraid of doing it wrong, afraid of failure, afraid of losing it all. Right alongside these fears of disaster is the paradoxical fear of success. Nice guys are typically afraid that if they are truly successful, they will be found out to be frauds. They won't be able to live up to people's expectations. They will be criticized. They won't be able to handle the increased expectations. They will lose control over their lives. They will do something to mess up everything. Rather than facing these fears, real or imagined, nice guys typically settle for operating at a fraction of their full potential. Trying to do it right prevents nice guys from getting the life they want. The essence of all life is evolution and change. In order for this process to occur naturally and completely in an individual, a person has to be willing to let go of control. Letting go allows the beautiful, serendipitous chaos of creation to resonate through oneself. The result is a dynamic, fulfilling life. Nice guys are obsessed with trying to keep their lives smooth and uneventful. They do this by trying to do it right and following the rules. Unfortunately, this life strategy is the most effective way to put a lid on any creative life energy. This lid kills their passion and prevents nice guys from living up to their full potential. Trying to do it right robs nice guys of their creativity and productivity. Striving for perfection keeps nice guys focused on their imperfections. Seeking external validation and approval keeps nice guys stuck in mediocrity. Attempting to hide flaws and mistakes prevents nice guys from taking risks or trying something new. Following the rules make nice guys rigid, cautious, and fearful. It is because of these self-imposed limits that many nice guys are dissatisfied, bored, or unhappy with their life and vocation. Trying to do everything themselves prevents nice guys from getting the life they want. As children, nice guys did not get their needs met in timely, judicious ways. Some were neglected, some were used, some were abused, some were abandoned. All grew up believing that it was a bad or dangerous thing for them to have needs. All grew up convinced that if they were going to have anything in life, it would be up to them. Consequently, nice guys are terrible receivers. They are terrified of asking for help. They are completely miserable when others try to give to them. They have difficulty delegating to others. Because they believe they have to do it all themselves, nice guys rarely live up to their full potential. Nobody can be good at everything or succeed all on their own. Nice guys believe they should be able to. They might be jacks of all trades, but they are typically masters of none. This childhood conditioning ensures that they will never be all they can be in any area of life. Self-sabotage prevents nice guys from getting the life they want. Because of their fear of success, nice guys are masters of self-sabotage. They undermine their success by wasting time, making excuses, not finishing projects, caretaking other people, having too many projects going at once, getting caught up in chaotic relationships, procrastinating, not setting boundaries. Nice guys are typically good at looking just good enough. But to be really great, to really rise to the top, invites too much unwanted attention and scrutiny. The bright lights of success threaten to illuminate their self-perceived cracks and flaws. Consequently, nice guys find many creative ways to make sure they are never too successful. If they don't start something, they won't fail. If they don't finish something, they won't be criticized. If they have too much going on at once, they won't have to do any one thing well. If they have enough good excuses, people won't expect too much of them. A distorted self-image prevents nice guys from getting the life they want. Because their needs were not met in a timely, judicious fashion in childhood, nice guys developed a distorted view of themselves. With a naive, immature logic, they came to the conclusion that if their needs were not important, neither were they. This is the basis of their toxic shame. At their core, all nice guys believe they are not important or good enough. If a nice guy was called on to take care of a critical, needy, or dependent parent, he received a double dose of toxic shame. A child believes he should be able to please a critical parent, fix the problems of a depressed parent, and meet the needs of a smothering parent. Unfortunately, he can't. As a result of their inability to fix, please, or take care of one or more parents, many nice guys developed a deep-seated sense of inadequacy. They believed they should be able to do the job. Nevertheless, they never could seem to do it right or good enough. Mom was still depressed, Dad was still critical. This internalized sense of inadequacy and defectiveness is carried into adulthood. Some nice guys compensate by trying to do everything right. They hope that by doing so, no one will ever find out how inadequate they are. Other nice guys just give up before they try. This feeling of inadequacy prevents nice guys from making themselves visible, taking chances, or trying something new. It keeps them in the same old rut, never seeing how talented and intelligent they really are. Everyone around them can see these things, but their distorted childhood lenses won't let them accurately see their true potential and ability. The result of this distorted self-image is an emotional and cognitive glass ceiling. This invisible lid prevents nice guys from being all they can be. If they do try to rise above it, they bump their heads and tumble down to more familiar territory. Deprivation thinking prevents nice guys from getting the life they want. Not having their needs adequately met in childhood created a belief for nice guys that there wasn't enough of what they needed to go around. This deprivation experience became the lenses through which they viewed the world. This paradigm of scarcity and deprivation makes nice guys manipulative and controlling. It causes them to believe they better hang on to what they've got and not take too many chances. It leads them to resent other people who seem to have what they lack. Because of their deprivation thinking, nice guys think small. They don't believe they deserve to have good things. They find all kinds of ways to make sure their view of the world is never challenged. They settle for scraps and think it is all they deserve. They create all kinds of rationalizations to explain why they will never have what they really desire. Because of their self-fulfilling beliefs, nice guys rarely live up to their potential or get what they really want in life. Staying stuck in dysfunctional, but familiar systems prevents nice guys from getting the life they want. As stated in previous chapters, two major factors prevent nice guys from getting what they want in love. The first is that they tend to recreate familiar, yet dissatisfying relationships. They find partners who will help them create the same dysfunctional kinds of relationships they experienced as children. These men then frequently see themselves as being victims to the dysfunction of their partners. Nice guys have a difficult time seeing that they were attracted to these people for a reason. Second, nice guys rarely experience the kind of relationships they want because they are bad enders. When a healthy person would pack up and move on, nice guys just keep doing more of the same, hoping that something will miraculously change. Nice guys aren't much different in their jobs. They are attracted to careers and work situations that allow them to recreate the dysfunctional roles, relationships, and rules of their childhood. They often see themselves as helpless victims to these situations. Rarely do they see why they need these systems to be the way they are and that they have the choice to leave. Unconsciously recreating familiar family patterns in their jobs and careers keeps nice guys stuck and dissatisfied. While they are perpetuating the dysfunction of their childhood, they rarely do what they really want or rise to the top of their chosen vocation. Realizing your passion and potential. I frequently tell the men in my No More Mr. Nice Guy groups that my goal is for every one of them to leave the group a millionaire. This statement really has very little to do with money or material wealth. It is about discovering passion and living up to potential. As stated above, the nice guys I counsel are generally intelligent, talented men. As these men work on recovering from the nice guy syndrome, they begin to accept themselves just as they are. This acceptance of the self allows them to embrace their passions and face their fears. The formation of a more accurate view of the self and the world allows the abundance of the universe to begin flowing freely into their lives. Sometimes this takes the form of money. Sometimes it takes the form of love. Sometimes it takes the form of sex. Sometimes it takes the form of the bright lights of fame. Sometimes it includes all of the above. The remainder of this chapter presents a strategy to help recovering nice guys become all they can be. The following pages present a plan that has already helped countless nice guys discover their passion and live up to their potential. It can do the same for you. Facing fears allows nice guys to get the life they want. Charlie could have been the poster child for passionless, underachieving nice guys. When I first met Charlie, he was stuck in a job he hated and living a life characterized by mediocrity and fear. Charlie had completed his engineering degree a couple of years before, yet he was still working at the same job he had held before starting college. Charlie's employers had promised him a big promotion upon graduation. When they failed to keep their promise, Charlie just stifled his resentment and kept on doing the same old thing he had always done. Charlie's single passion was flying. In spite of warnings of disaster from his mother, he had begun taking flying lessons after he finished college. Though Charlie dreamed of earning his pilot's license, he never seemed to be able to complete the necessary requirements to achieve his goal. A woman at his work introduced Charlie to my website. When he read the description of a nice guy, he was mortified. He couldn't figure out how someone could know him so well. It took him 6 months before he worked up the nerve to send me an email. It took him another 2 months to send me a second. From the first time Charlie looked at my website, he knew he needed to join a men's group, but the idea of being that vulnerable terrified him. It was at that point that Charlie made a decision that changed his life. Charlie decided that if something frightened him that much, he needed to face his fear and do it. Little did he know then, but that decision was just the beginning of a journey that would lead Charlie toward the rediscovery of his passion and purpose in life. Over the next year and a half, Charlie lived by one credo: if he was afraid of something, he confronted that fear. Charlie's progress was slow but steady. Basically, he crawled until he could walk. He took baby steps until he could run. Once he got going, there was no stopping him. Over the period of about 18 months, Charlie took several steps toward rediscovering his passion and purpose in life. He became more and more active in his No More Mr. Nice Guy men's group, revealing himself and confronting fellow group members. He began looking at the neglect he experienced and the distorted fear-based messages he received in his family. He asked his father to come to counseling with him, where he confronted him on his unavailability and lack of concern for his well-being in childhood. He quit blaming his lack of money for flying lessons on his girlfriend. He changed flying schools when his current school was unable to provide him with the type of instruction and equipment he needed. He began interviewing for jobs that took advantage of his engineering degree. He began confronting his feelings of inadequacy, family messages about playing it safe, and distorted beliefs about his qualifications as an engineer. He confronted his girlfriend, whom he was initially terrified of, about her lack of participation in household responsibilities. He took his solo flight and got his pilot's license. He allowed his men's group to take him out for his birthday to a restaurant where he faced his fear of being the center of attention. He applied for and got a job with an engineering firm that expressed a belief that he was capable, talented, and had something to offer their company. When Charlie told the group about getting the job, I realized that I had witnessed a metamorphosis of epic proportions. Charlie had gone from being an introverted, frightened, and passive nice guy to an evolving man with passion and purpose. I asked Charlie to send me an email with his formula for success. Here's what he wrote. Bob, here's roughly how I arrived at the new job. 1. Very first, before anything else could happen, I had to stop being a victim. 2. Began by setting boundaries. At first they were small ones and they grew with time. 3. From the boundaries being set and respected, I started believing in myself. 4. Honesty came along somewhere during this time. 5. Believing that I am an adult, I have an education, and I am qualified to take on the role of an industrial engineer. 6. I always knew that my previous employer was dysfunctional and that it was comfortable for a reason. When I finally realized and accepted that I did not need that system to survive, I could finally move on. Charlie. Breaking free activity number 40. Look over the list below. Choose one of the items and name a tangible fear from your life. Write down how you will confront that specific issue. Then, take a small step toward facing that fear. Ask someone to encourage and support you. Don't try to do it alone. Remember, no matter what happens, you will handle it. Ask for a raise or promotion, quit an unsatisfying job, start your own business, go back to school, confront a conflict situation, promote an idea or something you have created, pursue a lifelong goal, spend more time with a hobby or interest. Charting their own path allows nice guys to get the life they want. Most folks, nice guys included, do not consciously take responsibility for creating the kind of life they want. Most people just accept where they are and act as if they have little power in shaping an exciting, productive, and fulfilling life. When I talk with nice guys about taking charge of their lives, most have a difficult time wrapping their brain around the concept. It just doesn't fit their paradigm that they can make choices and act to make these choices a reality. I encourage nice guys to visualize creating a life where they do what they love and get paid for it. Most of them have difficulty with this concept. They act as if I am asking them to believe a fairy tale. Occasionally they will dismiss the idea with the excuse, "Not everybody can be lucky like you," referring to me, and have a job that they really love and get paid well for it too. For a while, I accepted this logic until it dawned on me that the life I was living had nothing to do with luck. Earning a PhD involved a conscious decision, persistence, and hard work, not luck. Building a counseling practice involved facing fears, quitting a secure, well-paying job, making sacrifices, working a second job to pay bills, learning by trial and error, and living through a period of poverty, not luck. Developing my skills as a therapist involved a commitment to personal growth, constant evolution, and a financial investment in my own therapeutic process, not luck. Writing a book, building a website, and getting published required persistence and the confrontation of numerous fears, not luck. I'm not anything special. I'm an ordinary guy with ordinary talents. I have many of the same fears as the nice guys with whom I work. I don't have any special talent or skill that the majority of my clients don't have. What's the difference? A conscious decision to face fears. A conscious decision to not settle for mediocrity. A conscious decision to make my own rules. Think about the people you respect or look up to. Most probably started with nothing but still found ways to create interesting, productive, and passionate lives. These people charted their own paths and made their own rules. What makes them different? Most are just ordinary people who took charge of their lives. Here's the good news: if they can do it, so can you. One of my favorite affirmations is, "What one man can do, another man can do." Think about it: if others have taken charge and created lives worth emulating, so can you. The only thing stopping you from having the kind of life you really want is you. It is time to start charting your own path, making your own rules, and making your dreams a reality. Breaking Free activity number 41. What do you really want in life? What prevents you from making it happen? Write down 3 things you want to make happen in your life. Then write a personal affirmation that will take you where you want to go and post it on a sheet of paper where you can see it. Share your dreams and your affirmation with a safe person.